Yeah, welcome everyone. This is George from the GATS program. I'm a program assistant in the cloud track, covering the cloud track. So today I'll be doing another technical session. This time I'll be looking at getting started with application development. In this lab, we'll be setting up a development environment for Python. The lab is actually three. We have the one for Node.js, we have for Java, and of course for Python. So I'm a Python developer, so I'll be doing that of Python and maybe that of Node.js. All right, so you click on this button to start. You open it in a private window or an incognito window. I've done that already. And then you sign in with the credentials, your Pluralsight credentials that's associated with the GATS program. If you don't do so, you most likely will get denied access to this lab, or worst case scenario, you'll be asked to pay for this particular lab. Okay, so the lab is 2 hours. We'll be doing several things here, performing a provisioning a compute engine instance, connecting to that instance via SSH, and then installing a Python library on the instance and verifying that our software has been installed. So let's quickly jump in into this lab so that we don't waste much time. The total marks for this lab is 15, and then the time is 2 hours. So let's see what we can do within the 2 hours we've been given. It's advisable to always read through the lab instructions from start to finish, so that you get an idea of what you're expected to do, and it's easier for you to get it done faster. But of course, if you overshoot the time given to you, you can try the lab again. I think you have max 5 tries before your quota is exhausted and you need to request for a new quota. But take note that the chat, which was a quick means to request for quota lifts, has been removed. I think we can check once we click on this. Before we go further, you accept the terms, but for the email updates, you don't need to do that. The email doesn't belong to you and will be destroyed after this particular lab. Okay, so the chat might not be working, so you can't instantly ask for help. Okay, so it says here live and self-service support options. Let's see what is available to us. Okay, so actually it's changed. Oh, okay, so all right, so this is what's available. Okay, no, this is for the console itself. For the lab, let's see charts. Let's see what the chart support is available. Okay. Oh, so surprisingly it is available. All right, so you can actually use this to reach out to them. Okay, so the first thing we need to do here is to create an instance. Let's look at that task all the way down here. The name of this instance is dev-instance. It's to be set up in this region and in this zone, and then we will do two things: allow full access to all cloud APIs and enable HTTP traffic using firewall rules. So let's go to compute engine. Let's click on this instances. Let me bring this in a bit. Okay, so click this, create an instance. All right, so the name of that instance, we change it here, update it here, and then the region and the zone is already taken. API access, not here, allow full access, and of course allow HTTP. On the right hand side, you see the cost, estimated cost, monthly cost for this particular VM. You could decide to just change the machine type to see the changes that will occur in the monthly estimate. So let's create that VM. It's a simple VM. Come back here and of course wait a few seconds to check to see if we actually did what we were supposed to do. The lab has a total max of 15, 5 per task. So you can see that just simply clicking here. Of course, if you have issues, you believe you did a task correctly, but you're not getting the max, just click on check my progress, and pop-up window should be able to give you a clue as to why you didn't get your full max. But in my opinion, from my experience, just simply go look back through the instructions given and check to see if you missed any steps. So the next thing we need to do here is SSH into that instance. Let me close this and then SSH into that instance. Be mindful of the fact that your browser might be actually blocking pop-up windows, so check to make sure that's not the case. If it is, allow that to go through and retry again. Okay, so all right, so let me increase the let me take this to large. So what are we supposed to do? We update that instance, install git, and then run this. Let me copy this other command, and then the other one I should be able to do that without having to copy that. So sudo apt-get update, and if that goes through, we do sudo apt-get install git and then pass in the Y option. Okay, and that goes through. It updates the repositories lists, package lists on the instance, and then installs git. So the next one installs certain Python libraries that will be needed for our next task. So we run that to install that. After that, we will use curl to pull in this particular file and create an output of that file with the same name as the name we see here to the left. Okay, so let's copy that one. Let me go down here, and okay, so hold on, the last command is still running. Okay, let's see if there are things we can actually combine to get things done. Okay, we can actually pass these other commands, but let's just hold on. Okay, so this other command will run our Python file we just pulled in using curl. It will run, it will install certain packages. Get pip, I believe that's installing pip. You could look through the file if you wanted to see what it does. Okay, so let me paste this and then pull that one in, and then we'll do let's do a list. Okay, so that's the file. Let me do a cut to see what's in the file. Wow, oh, a whole lot of things. All right, that's cool. So it's hidden, so we can just cut that. Okay, so we're not supposed to know what's in that file. So let's do Python 3 and do get, and then hit that. All right, so installs, so pip is installed. That's what it does, and then we check to see if we did the task correctly. We did. The next thing is we check pip version and Python version to be sure. We did, and then I'll leave that up to you to do. So just type this command and then get the results. Let's clone this particular repository, training data analyst. Let's clone that repository. I can just put that here. All right, and then we create a symbolic link. So actually what this does is it creates a shortcut to a deep to another location. So we are targeting dev env folder within the clone repository, but rather than types make so many directory changes to get to where we want to get to, we simply create a symbolic link called dev env, and that will represent the path all the way from here to this current location. Okay, so the squiggly character there, forgive me for not knowing the name, represents your home directory on your terminal. Okay, so let me do that. If I were to do echo, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so that's my home directory. Okay, on this particular machine, it is home student dash 02 dash certain numbers. On my own computer from which I'm running this lab, it will be /home/George. Okay, so yours will be different, and of course Windows users, yours would be C colon backslash the path to your directory. Okay, so let's create that symbolic link that makes typing easier for us. Let's paste that in. Okay, so that's been created. If you do a list, okay, you see that if you do a list with passing the option of -L, that's the symbolic link telling you that if you do a change into this current location here, you actually be taken all the way into this current location. So that's how symbolic links work. We also have hard links. Those are used for other purposes. You can look up the man page for that. Okay, so let's change into that directory as expected. Let me clear the screen here. So let's clear this, and then, oh, sorry, I've done that already. Let me change into dev. Okay, we're in there. All right, so when we're in there, we run this command. There's a file there, and that's our application. So let's run that and see. Okay, so that's that, and we are asked to go back to our instance and click on the public IP and see the results. Okay, so that's the result. Let me zoom in. Hello GCP dev. That's great, we did right. Check your progress. Okay, that's fine. Then we install requirements. In the Python application, requirements for your applications are stored in the requirements.txt file. Okay, so you run a Python command, a pip command, sorry. It's a package, pip is a package, Python package manager. So you pass the requirements.txt file to it, and it installs every package found in that file. Okay, so let's do that quickly. Okay, so we do Control-C to stop our application, and then we paste in the command to install the required application libraries. Okay, so now we run this. We have done that, so now we are going to run this command to list Google Cloud Compute Engine instances in our particular project and in the zone we've designated. So let me copy this. Let me copy this out. So I'll put this here. I can just clear the screen. Okay, sorry about that. Clear the screen. All right, so I paste that. Okay, so first thing I do is let me get the project ID from here and then go back to the terminal and then get rid of this and replace that with the zone in which we deployed. Sorry, let's go back there. One moment. Let me, okay, central 1A. All right, so let's go back to where the project ID should be. Get rid of this placeholder. I think I did something wrong. Okay, so that's 3. All right, one more, and then we'll paste that in. Okay, so my network is a bit slow, so the response is delayed. Okay, so we have this as the output, of course, as seen here, and then of course we go on to test our understanding. Below are multiple choice questions. Reinforce your understanding of this lab's concepts. Answer them to the best of your abilities. PIP is a package management system used to install and manage software packages in written in Python. Yes, that's true. And of course, that's the end of the lab. So that was a quick one. We spent roughly 15 minutes to get it done. So if you are quite familiar with the console, you see it's easier to get done. But if you don't, there will be slight delays, but don't worry. You can always start all over again till you get good at it. Okay, so we're done with that. So let's end the lab. Make sure you end your lab, submit, rate them. I've done the lab previously, so I don't need to rate them anymore. The lab was cool. Thank you for watching. Please leave your comments and your likes, and I will definitely respond to them. Bye-bye.